Hello, welcome back again to our channel and thanks for joining us. If this is your first time of watching our channel, here at EduXplorer we go beyond borders and also to look at very inspiring and educating content. Today we are going straight into the European Union Competitive Index to look at the most competitive economies within the European Union. We've put together 10 economies or 10 countries that fall within this category. Without much ado, we shall go straight into it. European countries continue to dominate the overall ranking in the Global Competitiveness Index, accounting for 6 of the top 10 and top of the top 20 also countries within the world. Those economies, all from the north and west of the continent, have most now recovered to their pre-crisis levels to make sure that they top this particular competitiveness index that we do have now. If you're just joining us for the first time, we encourage you to subscribe to our channel, or if you are new here, we encourage you to share our videos to your different networks. Number 1, Switzerland. Europe's top performer is also the top performer globally. Heading the index for the 7th consecutive year, Switzerland has shown resilience in the crisis, thanks in part to its strong fundamentals. It leads globally in 3 of the 12 pillars on which the overall ranking is based. This is looking at innovation, business sophistication, and labor market efficiency. And in the top 10 in the 10 of the 12 also categories. Yet the country faces some challenges to its continuous dominance, uncertainty and about the future immigration policies, and also low female participation rate. Number 2, Germany. Germany up 1 to the 4th place overall. Germany has also been one of the most resilient economies in recent years and share many of Switzerland's strong fundamentals in more complex areas of competitiveness. Those relates to business sophistication, innovation, research and also technology. Its improved on last year's position reflects strength, efficiency in the financial and labor market. The latter admitted from a low base and an improved macroeconomic environment, thanks to parts to its reduction in the government debt, has pushed Germany to that particular position. Number 3, the Netherlands. Matching its best ever position of 5th in the overall ranking, the Netherlands gained 3 places on last year's thanks to the small but generalized improvement. The Dutch economy is sophisticated and innovative with an open and efficient good market and performance also strong in the pillars of education, infrastructure and institutions. Its weaknesses include the labor market rigidities and also a financial market that has yet to recover from the crisis. Finland. Slightly by 4th place to 8th overall, Finland's relatively undiversified economy has suffered from the shocks to the information technology and paper industries as well as the recessions in Russia, one of its largest export markets. Its GDP last year was still 6% of its level of 2009, so to say, yet it still has some strong fundamentals that's characterized by the strong institutions and excellent education systems and also strong capacity for innovation. Priorities for arresting its sides in the overall ranking includes fixing long-standing rigidities in the labor market and also a growing public seat deficit. This makes the country become very competitive and that falls in this index. The next country is Sweden. Typically for Scandinavia, Sweden's institutions are transparent and efficient. In combination with its excellent education system, sophisticated businesses and wide penetration of the ICT, that is information communication technology, this creates an ecosystem conducive to innovation. The 2 biggest concerns for executives doing business in Switzerland are its restrictions labor market in terms of regulations, although mitigated by good relationships between employees and workers, and also tax of the different companies which continue to be high by international standard, expensive at that stage. The next country is the United Kingdom. Although registering some improvements, the UK slips behind Sweden in this year's ranking, with its main area of weakness being the macroeconomics. The government deficit remains very high at 9% of GDP. On the positive side, the country has created conditions for its services sector to flourish and to establish London as Europe's leading tech and also startup hub. The next country is Norway. Ranking 11th in the overall index for the 3rd consecutive year, Norway is seen as having most stable macroeconomic environment in the world. It also registers top 10 scores on the pillars of institutions, higher education, and also training, technological readiness, financial market development, and also labor market efficiency. Its weakness also points include infrastructures, of course, especially roads and railways, and some elements of the market efficiency pillars, such as relatively high overall tax rates and also inflexible wage determination mechanisms. The next country in our top 10 is Denmark. Denmark benefits from strong higher education that's focusing on the 9th place overall, and labor also market are very flexible. Drilling down to education indicators, more needs to be done. However, this addresses the quality of the higher education system. Denmark also needs to address its relatively weaker performance in the infrastructure. That made the country to fall 22nd around the world. And good financial market efficiency, where it ranks in terms of financial market in the place of 22nd and also the 21st. Also, respectively, executives who contributed to the executive opposition for survey performed that the country also has its extensively increased indexes in terms of the taxes. It ranks the rates are complex in terms of tax, and also this doesn't give the flexibility that businesses may need. Next country is Belgium. Dropping 4th place in the last 4 years, Belgium ranks 19 overall on this year's index. Its biggest strengths are its public services. The country's top 10 ranking are on the pillars of health and primary education, and the higher education and training. Its weakness pillars are macroeconomic environment and labor market efficiency. Although in both cases it has improved slightly in the last year, financial markets also remains a concern, especially in trustworthiness and also in confidence. The country's outperformed its overall rating on the business sophistication and also innovation performance. The pillars also increased, but has dropped 2 and 3 places respectively in the last year. The last country, but not the least in our top 10 European competitive markets or countries, is Luxembourg. Rounding out European top 10 and overall top 20, Luxembourg leads the world on this technological readiness pillar, which combines measurements includes penetration of the internet with private sector, use of innovation. It also makes the top 10 on the pillars of good market efficiency and institutions. In contrast to the neighboring Belgium, 2 of its weakness pillars are health and primary education and higher education and training. Executives say that inadequate education of the workforce in their biggest concern for the different businesses that are operating in this country to make it become more competitive. As you may have seen also running down our top 10 list for Europe's most competitive countries, you clearly understand that those countries are performing really well in terms of within Europe, of course, and globally. If you want to rank those different countries in the way they performed, because the just list we just read are the total list for Europe's top 10 most competitive economies in Europe, and also what we're going to say now is how these top countries in Europe perform globally. In the Global Competitiveness Index, Switzerland is still the most innovative and most competitive country. Globally, it's number 1. Germany comes the 4th position overall in the whole world. The Netherlands is the very most competitive country in the world. It stands on the 5th position. And also Finland stands number 8 globally. And Sweden is number 9. United Kingdom is number 10. And also Norway overall stands 11th position. Denmark is number 12 globally, and Belgium is number 19, and Luxembourg stands on the 20th position. This to tell you the level of industrialization and the improvements in the systems, innovation, education, infrastructure, and also the GDP in terms of performance and different ways of doing business in those different countries. So, that's what we put to you together today to let you know how competitive these countries are in our index. If you feel that there is a country in Europe that should have made this list, we would like to hear from you again. However, this may change in the course of the year, but at the moment, these are the most competitive countries in Europe in terms of technology, in terms of innovation, and also infrastructure and a whole lot of things that drive their different economies. Let us know how you feel about this our list together. If there is something more you'd like to add, we would like to hear that from the comment sections. Again, thanks very much for watching. We're looking forward to meeting you again in our next episode. Otherwise, if this is your first time of joining our channel, we encourage you to subscribe and share our videos to your different networks. Thank you, and we wish you good luck, and we're looking forward again to meeting you soon. Bye-bye.